Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Boruto episode review. Let's keep this one short, simple, and sweet to the point. The episode consists of Boruto, Metal, and Shikadai collecting cards in this game called X Cards, or whatever the fucking name of the card game is to begin with. They realize that Shino and Rock Lee don't actually have their own cards to begin with, and so they decide to go ahead and go to the company that makes the cards, which actually belongs to Denki's father's company, and they decide to start up a petition to where people can vote for whoever gets a card made out of. So it basically becomes a cat and mouse chase of who ends up becoming a card at the end of the episode between Boruto and Metal Lee, because of course Rock Lee is Metal Lee's father, and Boruto just really wants Shino to stand out more because of that's his teacher, whatever the fucking stupid reason was. And so the episode is basically just them advertising one of the two respectively. You know, Shino for Boruto, Rock Lee for Metal Lee, and it ends up becoming a part of the episode where they actually figure out that Rock Lee actually has more votes than Shino, because Rock Lee just tends to stand out more. And I'll go ahead and just say it now. I don't understand why Rock Lee doesn't already have a card made out of him anyways, because his feats are kind of ridiculous with what he has been able to do, but whatever. I guess in Shippuden he didn't stand out enough, so they were like, fuck it, he's not getting a card made out of him. And so eventually it gets later on to the point where Boruto takes Iwabe and they go to where the Hokage stone faces are. He gets Iwabe to make a stone face out of Shino's face in sort of a trade for one of the cards from the X cards trading card game, whatever. And Boruto and Metal Lee end up doing a back and forth between changing the stone faces from Rock Lee's to Shino's, and it goes back and forth until Shino and Rock Lee end up showing up, and they're like, hey, don't do that. We don't really want to stand out. We want to stand out in our own ways. Fuck you. And they basically just tell them, just them appreciating them to want to stand out more is just enough. You know, it's enough for them, but they don't really care. A fire brews out. Rock Lee fucking kicks the shit out of the stone statue of half of Shino, half of Rock Lee to a well that put out the fire, and Shino used his parasitic insects to lift a girl that was in the building out of the building. And then what do you know, by the next day in the second series of the cards, they both got their own cards anyway, so it didn't even matter to begin with of who was going to get their card made out of to begin with. And yeah, that's basically the episode. Trading card episode. It was great. I'll admit that there were actually a couple episodes where I was actually kind of enjoying it, because I just thought it was so random and so kind of self-aware with how people are spending a lot of money on card games, you know, because people spend a lot of money on Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, and even on gacha games like Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Legends, and just, you know, mobile games like that, you know, licensed by Bandai Namco. I just think it's kind of funny, and I kind of find it hilarious that it's kind of self-aware that people spend a lot of money on those kinds of games. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny, and that's just how the episode ends. I think next week's episode is actually going to be unironically more enjoyable, because there are going to be a couple of characters that we haven't really seen at all. Really, we've seen them in the background, but we don't really see them in the forefront, and it kind of seems like they are going to be, because there's a kid who apparently has been a huge fan of the sixth Hokage, you know, Kakashi Sensei, Kakashi Hatake, you know, whatever you want to fucking call him, you fucking weeaboos. Apparently there's a kid who's been a huge fan of Kakashi since he was a little kid, like a little kid, and he's wanting to become a shinobi just like him one day, up to the point where he actually wears a mask exactly like Kakashi. And so Kakashi's, I guess, going to interact with this little kid disguised in like his photographer, like reporter disguise that he wore in a filler episode of Shippuden where we see his face for the first time. I think it was in Shippuden. I don't think it was in part 1. I think it was in Shippuden, but whatever. I think next week's episode is actually going to be unironically more enjoyable just because of that aspect. I think it's going to be kind of cute to see Kakashi have like a fanboy, you know. I don't know why. I just thought it's going to be really funny. But that's basically the episode. I kind of summarized the episode in like less than 3 minutes, and it wasn't really all that much. There was a couple of part of the episodes where I thought it was pretty funny. The episode didn't look horrible, but it didn't look great either. It wasn't really a standout. It was a filler episode. It did what it needed to do, and it was padding. Oh god, I'm so upset. Whatever. But seriously though, I think next week's episodes are going to be unironically more enjoyable. But that's basically it for this video. There's really nothing else there on top of the video and the review itself, other than the episode was just meh. Even below meh. I don't really know what else to say. That's it. If you did enjoy the video for whatever reason, be sure to leave a like. And if you are new, subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day. I'm out. Peace.